And welcome to another edition of By the Numbers. I'm Pep Fernandez, and he is the heartbeat of high school sports in the inland area, Eric Paul Johnson. Okay, EPJ, let's start with last week's question you had in the newspaper. Lake Arrowhead Christian's Jonathan Rutt blocked 13 shots, which is great, but not the best.
Yeah, he's had a great season. I think he's had 4 or 5 games where he's reached double figures, the 13 against Crossroads Christian the most. But the question was, who has the most of all time in area history? And that would be San Bernardino Cajon's Donovan Morris, a fantastic all-around player. He's a big-time scorer, but he once blocked 16 shots in a game. And, you know, pretty impressive, especially he was a 6'3" guard, whereas Rutz is about a 6'7" forward. You kind of expected of that, but Morris was a high flyer who could definitely get up with the best of them.
16 blocked shots. All right. Hope you checked out this week's edition of By the Numbers every Tuesday in the Press Enterprise. And we're talking Calamasa, the small school out there, Mesa Grande, the girls basketball team just racking up those league championships.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones that's slowly building into a dynasty. And before, 2003, 2004 season, when Coach Bob Walker arrived there, came over from an assistant at Yucaipa High School, been a program that was always in the middle of the standings. He gets there, kind of gets things going there. 10 straight titles under Walker there, and now that ties the area record for girls basketball for consecutive league titles. Norco won 10 at one point, and Paris has won 10 at one point. So definitely a great program going there. They're right now ranked the #1 team in their CIF playoff division. And an interesting fact is 2 years ago in 2011, Mesa Grande became the first Seventh-day Adventist school ever in the nation's history to win a section championship. Wow. So, it's one of those ones where great success. And what Coach Walker said is great is, they're not doing it with a ton of transfers coming in. Tuition at Mesa Grande is about $7,000. He said people aren't paying that to come play basketball here. It's like we're doing it with girls who come to our church, who live in that area. So they're definitely doing a great job. And over that 10-year period, 107-4 record in league.
Wow, that's great. That's great to hear. All right, now we're talking free throws. We're going to talk a couple different information nuggets here about free throws. Start with Temescal Canyon's Janae Petersen. She's on pace to set a mark at the charity stripe.
Yeah, right now she's obviously their big-time star player, 6-foot center, and she's getting to the free throw line more than 12 times a game. So I'm sure she's a little bruised and battered this year. She's getting fouled quite often. I think right now she's closing in. She had 295 free throws headed into this week, which right now Temescal Canyon not likely to make the playoffs, but at her average, she has a chance to maybe break the area record for free throw attempts in a season. 322 by Jessie Thompson at Temecula Valley is that record. So right now, 27 attempts over 2 games. It's quite possible for Petersen to do that. Thompson, by the way, in that same year, she had 322, made 261 of those free throws. Petersen, not quite in that range. She's made 182, but definitely, if you can find your way to the free throw line, those sometimes are the, as I say, the easiest points to make.
All right, feed Petersen the ball in the last couple of games. Let her get that record for the inland area. All right, maybe nobody better in terms of boys basketball than Deshawn Taylor at North High School. He just knocks him down.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see his numbers this year because he's shooting about 77, 78%. Got off to a slow start. Last year, he set the area record at 91%. From the line, but he's really started to pick it up lately. And against Rancho Verde, his former school, the school that he played for as a freshman, 14 of 14 from the line, including 8 of 8 in the fourth quarter here. So I kind of looked through and couldn't find any other records that show more free throws made in a game without a miss in our area's history, or in Riverside County history. So 14 of 14. Definitely a great performance out there. The only person that I could find that's made more in either Riverside or San Bernardino County was Darren Moore of Ayala, went 18 of 18 in a game once. But Taylor right now appears to be the Riverside County holder for most free throws in a game without a miss.
Pretty much automatic at the stripe. All right, question of the week. We're talking wrestling. Bloomington High School going for its 4th straight Division IV CIF championship, which is great. But what are the Bruins trying to accomplish in terms of reaching the all-time mark?
Yeah, the interesting there, they're going for the Division IV title this year. It's their first year in Division IV, actually. They won in Division VI in 2010, and then they jumped up to Division V, won in 2011, 2012. That success brought them up to Division IV. They're the #1 ranked team right now. So 4 straight would not be unprecedented, though. They would be right up there as one of the best, but not quite the best. So the question of the week is, what is the only other team in Riverside or San Bernardino County history that's at least won 4 straight CIF section dual meet championships?
All right, you say at least 4.
At least 4.
So how are we talking? A lot more than 4, maybe?
There's a program, maybe giving it away here, but there's a program that has won 5 in a row twice.
Okay. All right. So next Tuesday, EPJ by the numbers. We'll break it down and have your answer to this week's question. I'm Pep Fernandez, and that's Eric Paul Johnson.